Look at these two men. One is old enough to be a great-grandfather. The other can't even buy a beer yet. And yet, the younger one is already losing his hair. Why? You've probably heard the usual answers: genetics, hormones, bad luck. But here's what nobody really talks about. For most of human history, male balding wasn't nearly as common as it is today. Something changed, and honestly, evolution kind of helped cause the problem. Let me explain. But first, let's be clear on what we're actually talking about. Doctors call it androgenetic alopecia, but you can just call it pattern balding. It almost always starts the same way. The hairline pulls back from the temples, then a thin spot appears right on top of the head. Over time, those two areas meet, and what's left is that classic horseshoe shape: hair on the sides and back, nothing on top. Millions of men deal with this. But here's where it gets weird. If balding is so common, why hasn't evolution just gotten rid of it? I mean, evolution usually removes traits that hurt survival. Balding doesn't kill you. But still, you'd think nature would have found a fix by now. We'll come back to that paradox in a minute. First, we need to talk about the real culprit hiding inside every man's body. Meet DHT, short for dihydrotestosterone. It starts as regular testosterone. An enzyme in your body converts some of it into DHT. And DHT does two completely opposite things. On one hand, it helps you develop male traits in the womb and during puberty: body hair, a deeper voice, muscle growth. On the other hand, DHT attacks certain hair follicles. Not all of them, just the ones on top of your head. It doesn't happen overnight. It's slow. Years of DHT exposure makes those follicles produce thinner and thinner hairs until eventually, nothing. So here's the obvious question. Why would the same hormone that makes you manly also make you bald? That doesn't sound like good design, does it? Well, the answer might be hiding in our ancient past, long before mirrors, combs, or hair transplants. Scientists have thrown around a few theories over the years. One idea: baldness signaled maturity and social status. A bald man looked older, less aggressive. Maybe that helped him lead the tribe without constant fighting. Another theory is more practical. Less hair on top means less heat trapped against the skull. For early humans, hunting under a hot sun, that could have been useful. Keeps the brain from overheating. Both ideas are interesting, but neither one fully fits. Because if baldness was so useful for ancient men, why didn't women evolve the same pattern? Think about that. Women have DHT too. Not as much, but it's there. So why don't they go bald the same way men do? That difference? It changes everything we think we know about balding. Here's what happens inside a woman's body. Estrogen, the primary female sex hormone, actually protects hair follicles. It keeps them in the active growing phase longer. And because women have much higher estrogen levels than men, their follicles can resist DHT's effects way better. That's why female pattern balding looks different too. It's usually overall thinning across the scalp, not complete bald spots. So now we have a clearer picture. Men have high DHT and low estrogen. Women have high estrogen and lower DHT. But here's the hole in our story so far. If balding is so tightly linked to male hormones, why didn't every ancient man go completely bald by age 30? Honestly, because most early humans didn't live long enough to go bald. I mean that literally. For the vast majority of human history, the average lifespan was somewhere between 30 and 40 years. And pattern balding usually starts after that. Late 30s, early 40s. So by the time a man's hairline really started retreating, he was already past the age where he would have died in the wild. Evolution doesn't care much about what happens after you've had kids. It only cares about survival and reproduction. If a trait shows up after your prime parenting years, evolution pretty much ignores it. So balding never got removed because it never hurt our ancestors' ability to pass on their genes. But here's the twist. We don't live in the wild anymore. We live longer, much longer. And modern life added a few extra accelerants to the fire. So let's pull this together. Men start balding because DHT slowly shrinks sensitive hair follicles over time. That sensitivity is genetic. Women mostly avoid it because estrogen protects their follicles. And evolution never bothered to fix it, because for most of human history, balding happened after men had already reproduced. But today, we live into our 70s, 80s, even 90s. So the balding process has decades to play out. And modern life adds stress, poor diet, even pollution, all of which can speed up hair loss. That's the real answer. Evolution didn't fail to fix balding. It just never had a reason to. Until now. If you're curious about other things evolution never got around to fixing, like why we get gray hair or why our backs hurt, press that subscribe button and let me know in the comments what topic interests you the most.